Will anyone be able to stop Kentucky next season? It's a difficult task now that this team has 6 legitimate future NBA players on its roster, including the Harrison twins, who have announced they'll be back for their sophomore seasons. I'm Antonieta Collins, joined by ESPN senior college basketball writer Andy Katz. Andy, this is a team loaded with future pros. They are too deep at every position. Let's cut to the chase. Is this team favored to win the tournament next year?
Yes, very much like this past season, they will be the preseason number one, but I think they're going to chart a different course. This past year, they were extremely young and had a number of different hiccups along the way, but they played for the national championship. They were within, obviously, a few minutes of trying to win that against UConn. This season, the expectations will be just as high as they were a year ago at the beginning, but with the caveat that, you know what, this team actually might be able to do that because they're going to have the experience they lacked a year ago.
Now, how much of a surprise was it that they decided to stay and play another season in college?
Well, because of the culture we live in, it is a surprise. I spoke with their father, Aaron Harrison, earlier today, and he said that they were told they were mid to late first round, which is fair, and they took that advice and realize that they have a chance, obviously, legitimately to go higher next year. But more than that, what he told me is they're 19 years old. They like college. They wanted to stay in school. And as they tweeted out and was in a release as well, they want to compete for another national championship. And, you know, it's refreshing to hear because they easily could have taken the easy way out and just gone off to the NBA, and wherever they landed, they landed. But in this instance, they clearly wanted to come back, didn't feel that they were as high as they wanted to be in the draft. They enjoyed their experience at Kentucky, and as their dad said, they're living with their teammates, and they enjoy the friendships, and a number of them have already decided to come back.
Andy, clearly this was great for Kentucky, but was it the right decision for the Harrison twins?
Well, I mean, it's hard for me to say that. I will say that, I mean, sometimes you can make that argument if someone is, sort of at the top of their peak, and it may not get any better than it is right now, and maybe that's why they should go, so they can maximize the kind of contract they can get. Especially if someone's been injured, like a year ago with Nerlens Noel, where he had a knee injury, you weren't quite sure, when he'd come back, and he was going to be a top 10 pick, you might as well go and get it. In this instance, they were sort of on the fence. They weren't a lock to be a lottery by any means. So, next season, they could be in the same position they are in this season. So why not try to make another run at the national championship? Because you only get this chance once, and they've got a chance now to put themselves in a pretty fortunate position to try to play in multiple Final Fours.
ESPN senior college basketball writer Andy Katz with the insight. Once again, Andrew and Aaron Harrison have decided to return to Kentucky for their sophomore years. I'm Antonieta Collins with your ESPN headline.